Yo, Matt, walk on. What are you doing, bro?
So I'm setting up an Airbnb. Maybe if you wanted to not ever have to worry about money ever again and stop working for people that you hate and getting paid wages that you don't actually think you should be getting paid, well, you need to actually start making it happen, bro. Make it happen. So if you want to learn how to actually quit that shitty job you have and start making money on your terms, then message me. I'll teach you how to do Airbnb.
Show us the spot. Tell us the details about this spot. Like,
Yeah. So
how'd you get into this? What's it gonna earn you? What's the deal?
Well, this specific building, I actually bought at an auction. Paid a little bit more. I got a little bit greedy and got in a little battle. Never go to auctions buying houses. It's the worst thing because your ego gets in the way. But it was a 3 unit building, brick building.
Yeah, show us around at the same time.
Yeah, so this was absolutely in shambles, you know. So this tile floor all new, flooring in here all new, all the drywall was all new. It was a complete mess. It was way more work than I thought I was going to need, but we ended up getting it all taken care of. I've had a long-term tenant in this unit for the last couple of years, and the upstairs third floor apartment has done very well with Airbnb, making about 3 times as much as I would off of a monthly rental. And not only that, but it also stays in better condition because we see it all the time. We get to see what's happening. We get to see the guests that are coming in, and we get to review them to make sure that they stayed and they enjoyed their place, and also they kept our place nice. So I'm going to transition this one into an Airbnb. My tenant just moved out, and this one hopefully will make at minimum twice as much as I was making before. Yes, of course, there's going to be overhead that I had to buy all this dumb shit to fill it up, but it's not a big deal because you'll make that back. So
just for clarity, like what are the kind of the numbers that a property like this could earn you?
I mean, I'll probably
On a monthly, like
on a monthly basis, just this 2-bedroom place in a small town that has, you know, less than 100,000 people in it. So no matter where you're at, people are like, oh, people come to Erie, Pennsylvania to rent Airbnbs. Yeah, they do. So as long as you have hotels, people visit your place, right? So I'm not competing with a major hotel. All I need to do is compete with one room, right? So I think you can compete. So this unit, I probably would assume make anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 depending on the season.
per month.
Per month.
Cool.
Yeah, for a 2-bedroom, unit in a small town. So it's not bad. The 1-bedroom that I have upstairs makes me over usually around $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom, and normally I would get less than $700 a month for that in rent. So it does pretty well. So
you're earning about like 2-3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand a month off the whole property, or?
Yeah, so I give the example. So this one building that I bought, I paid cash for it. I renovated with cash, no debt on the building. And I wanted to finance a property that I bought in Florida. That property's worth over $500,000 now. This building pays for that place that I have in Florida. So understand your cash flow, understand how you leverage other assets to buy things that you do desire. So the car that I have an asset that pays for it. The house that I own, I have an asset that pays for it. Understand your cash flow and life will be good.
I mean, it's easy to say that, but now I'm kind of confused, right? This is where the game gets a little complicated. So like, did you learn this like yourself, or like you had to have someone help you to do this? Like how?
So I learned,
because I'm confused. I want to get the
Yeah.
Airbnb money, but I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, what do I do?
Well, first step is stop being a little bitch, okay? That's literally the first step because
Why do you say that?
I didn't know any of this stuff, right? I didn't know what to do. You Google it, you figure it out. Like, people are such little babies. They're like, oh, I need information. No, you don't. Information is available. You can reach out to me if you have questions. But like, most people don't even start anything because they overestimate how much shit it's gonna take to get done. Yeah, things require stuff to do, but you figure it out and you gain knowledge, you gain skills along the way. Like,
Would you say that it's just easier to have a mentor?
yeah, for sure. But don't be a bitch, because I'm going to keep you accountable, right? Like, if somebody comes to me and says, well, hey, Matt, will you tell me what to do? And I tell them and they don't do it, you no longer exist in my world, right? So you better pay me, right? So I keep you accountable. But then on top of it, like, you better do what I tell you to do, or why would I keep talking to you, right?
Got it. Now, for someone who's wondering, like, what, because obviously you gotta get some money, you gotta figure out how to like at least get into the game if they want your help with Airbnb. Like, what would be like the minimum investment someone would need to get started?
So it depends on where you're at in your life. Obviously, if you wanted to own the property like I own, you're gonna need a little bit more cash.
What's like a rough estimate?
So it depends on your market, right? It depends on your market. If, for instance, if you're just a regular market, I would say you could probably get a 2-unit building from anywhere from 100 to 150,000. So you're gonna need, $20,000 to $30,000 as a down payment.
Got it.
Then you're gonna need some renovation costs and things like that. It usually costs anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to completely furnish an Airbnb on give or take, depending on how nice you want it to be. Luxury places are obviously going to be on the higher end. Lower normal units, you can go on. Yesterday we went and picked up a table from Facebook Marketplace, a beautiful granite countertop table that normally would be like $1,000 table. With chairs. This is a nice granite countertop. We got it for $170, baby. $170. That thing is. And
the chairs too. The chairs came with it.
4 chairs and granite countertop. Like, that's a steal. So
and then what about all this other shit you just got?
So I bought this at a thrift store here. $20 for a little end table that we're gonna throw in the bedroom. It's gonna be like my Amazon bill was maybe, with everything else, probably comes out to be anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 for the TVs and everything else. So miscellaneous is going to cost me probably around $3,000 to furnish it. But like I said, it's going to make me $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Okay, well, I just paid myself back that money within 2 to 3 months. Okay, now everything after that, cash flow, baby, cash flow. I'm dripping in it. I'm dripping. So I get to do whatever I want. So, and then you have excess cash flow coming in. So now you can do it again with another place. So don't just because I have $3,000 coming in, I got to spend $4,000. No. Understand how the game works, play the game, level up. Then you can keep doing it and have as much fun as you want. So yeah, this is just a little piece of it.
Got it. So basically getting into the Airbnb, I think probably the hardest part in the game is really just getting that initial capital to start, right?
So that's one way you can do it. If you want to actually own the property, I like owning things. I like having assets that pay me. But if you don't even want to own the asset, you can still create cash flow. I know a lot of people that I've met that actually do what's known as Airbnb arbitrage, right? So you can actually rent a place from someone, talk to the landlord and say, hey, I will pay you on time every single month. I will make sure your place is spotless. I will make sure that everything is the best. You'll never have to deal with me. I'm the best tenant you'll ever deal with. I'll fix little issues. You'll never hear from me, right? And I'm gonna pay your rent 2 days before the rent's due. That's pretty appealing for most landlords. And you just say, hey, well, the only thing I'm gonna do is if I'm paying you $1,000 in rent, I'm gonna put it on Airbnb and you can make $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a month from that same exact unit that you're paying $1,000 for. So you've just arbitraged it. You've just created a flow of cash flow, and the minimal amount of time that you will have to put into it is well worth it. Like, imagine you're getting paid $500 to $1,000 an hour. Is that worth it?
So that's because I think that the biggest challenge people are going to have is that hurdle of actually getting into the property. So and Airbnb arbitrage is it's definitely popular now. People are talking about it. Where I'm from in Vancouver, building owners are actually really against Airbnb. So that some markets are challenging, and then also the rents in my city, for example, are quite expensive, relatively speaking. So that hurdle I think is going to be a big thing, but there's definitely ways around it. You're saying, and you're willing to help people navigate those things. Yeah.
100%. I mean, there's always solutions to problems, right? The people that are able to understand that there's ways around the game and you can just play the game wherever your situation is. Don't give yourself excuses to not answer problems, right? There's always going to be issues. Like, I have run into many things about, oh, well, we don't want Airbnbs in town. We don't want this. And we went to board meetings and things like that, and we figured it out. But if you never try, you'll never have the knowledge of actually the experiences that you've gained from trying, right? So if you try, you at least know that, oh, I can do this, and I can gain confidence in one area, and it rolls over in every other area. So if you try and with such little capital outlay, right? Like, worst case scenario, Like, you already talked to the landlord. You know, I have a contract that I actually can set you up with, where if you write in the contract, hey, if I give you X amount of days notice because, you know, the Airbnb wasn't working out as well as I wanted to, you know, then we can get out of the lease. So you're not really like too much damage can be done, right? Like, there's not really that much risk involved in this type of stuff. People think like they're gonna, like, what is somebody gonna come kill you? Like, no, like, nobody cares. Like, okay, you lose $2,000. Is your life going to be changed because you lost $2,000, or is your life going to be changed if you create an extra $2,000 of income, cash flow coming in? Mm-hmm. I think it's the other way.
Yeah, and it's like, are you willing to risk 2,000 to make millions? Which is really the mindset, because this is all about creating a wealthy future and a wealthy life, right? Yeah. So like, are you willing to bet 2K on an experiment and learn, or fucking put 50 to 100K in a college education that's gonna that is now certified to not guarantee that return, and you're gonna be obligated to that for your life? Like, what's a better move? Betting on your future and taking control and learning on your own accord from people who know how to do it, mm-hmm. or wasting your money in college and being a bitch?
Well, the school system is teaching you how to focus on pennies, and you should be focusing on dollars, right? So I will help you focus on dollars, stop focusing on pennies, stop picking up little shit on the street, and focus on picking up the things that will flow your life for the rest of your days.
Excellent, brother.
Click the link if you want to hear more. Get involved, bro.
Fishes.